My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Summers, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from, whether you are tuning into Swiatek against Karolina Muchova or Cameron Norrie against Rinky Hichikata. Welcome. Do make sure you hit that like button. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. If you are not new to the channel, you know the drill. Swiatek serving first, by the way, and he's up 30-15 on her serve as we see her coach Wim Facet in the crowd. Hichikata, by the way, has already been broken by Cam Norrie. That is breaking news from Indian Wells. Iga Swiatek doesn't look like she's going to be broken because she's up 40-15 on her serve. I make Iga the favorite today, somewhere between slight and warm. I'll let you decide on that. And I also make Norrie the favorite. Again, somewhere between slight and warm, although that is aided and abetted by his excellent start. I am going to be coming to the live chat to see what you guys are saying. Go, Cardo, go, says Ashley. Wonderful to have you on board over the pond. Coming at you from Canada. 40-30, by the way, as Swiatek puts a backhand into the tram lines. Swiatek holds for 1-love after Muchova puts that out. Cam Norrie now has a game point. He was down 15-30, but he's up to 40-30 in his encounter. Remember John Horn? He gave me a video once, very kind of him, with Roger Federer practicing. But he does put out some weird comments. He just said that Iga Swiatek saved some match points en route to this match in Indian Wells. He also put out that Indian Wells has changed its surface this year, even though it was a year ago. So it's something to bear in mind, at least. I mean, we get things wrong, so I guess we're allowed a little bit of leeway on that. At least we should be able to. I get things wrong all the time. I heard myself describing one of the quarterfinals as a semi-final. I knew very well that it was a quarterfinal. But when you're constantly talking and constantly talking tennis, tiny little errors like that can happen. But you can also be ill-informed, perhaps, which is what obviously the change of surfaces social media post is all about. Do hit that like button, by the way. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Double fault for Muchova. Love 15 here. Who do we think is winning between Norrie and Hichikata? Let me know in the live chat. Do they call Miami the sixth slam? Do they? Good depth there from Muchova, but it's not one of the point yet. The thing is, Iga and the slice is not a problem for her. And Muchova's going to miss with that forehand up the line. So love 30. Here on the Muchova serve. And we do have a break of serve already on court number 2 with Norrie leading 1-love with a break. Good serve out wide, but Iga gets it back in play. Wonderful backhand cross court there from Muchova, 15-30. Oh, I thought Muchova would miss that. She took a risk and she's put that volley away nicely. I see 80% of people voting have gone for Swiatek in our poll. I could put up a poll for Hijikata and Norrie, but I'm pretty sure I know who is going to be coming out on top in that poll. I think he would have done pre-match, but with that early break, of course, that helps. Backhand here from Swiatek goes into the net, so 40-30. And Cam Norrie holds, by the way, for 2-love. Sven Gudoneveld, the coach of Karolina Muchova, giving a warm applause there to his charge. Forehand returning to the net from Swiatek, and Muchova holds. They did, I think, play each other at this stage last year, and it was 1-1. You'd like to think it won't be quite so convincing. Well, at least Muchova is halfway there with her one game so far. Muchova, of course, was well known for not having won a title for such a long time, and then she's won a WTA 1000 this year. Can she back it up with another WTA 1000 title in the desert? It would be very impressive, especially with Swiatek in her way at such an early stage in the tournament. Good serve down the tee, but it's got to clip the net, so it's going to be a second serve. Do get in the live chat and let me know where you are tuning in from. I'm in Bonn in Western Germany. I believe that Ashley is in Canada. I think in Toronto, that's what I'm going to say. Forehand cross court there from Iga. Can't be defended by Muchova. The head-to-head, by the way, between these two is 4-1 in favor of Iga. Backhand return. Forehand from Swiatek into the forehand of Muchova, which is going to go long. 30 love. Return from Muchova goes into the net, and it's looking like, at least at the moment, another comfortable hold here for Iga Swiatek. And a return of serve there goes into the net. And so far, Iga Swiatek, across 8 service points, actually, I should say across 9 service points, she's lost just 1. So she's won 8 on serve and dropped 1 point so far. Jessica Pegula against Belinda Bencic is going to be coming up later on. Also on this same court, by the way. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat if you have any thoughts on that particular encounter. Maybe you don't have any thoughts. Maybe you do. I think Pegula's the favourite. I think she's just playing arguably the best tennis of her career. But she probably needs to back that up with 1 or 2 more results. Because she's obviously won many 1000s in the past, and that's where we're at. Although, of course, winning Indian Wells, having not won a slam, would be the biggest one so far in her career. Sit down, change of ends for Muchova and Swiatek. So far, no deuces in this particular encounter. Plenty more watch-alongs to come, both today and tomorrow and throughout Indian Wells. We shall be covering maybe not every match, but most of the matches. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when we go live. Muchova 15 love. Okay, backhand here for Muchova into the forehand of Swiatek. Muchova comes into the net with a forehand slice. She should put this volley away, and she does. .30 love here for Muchova on her serve. Meanwhile, over on court number 2, we have Nori here 2-1 up with a break. Okay, so Muchova here serving at 30 love. We've not had a juice game yet in this opening match of the day on court number 1. Backhand return there from Iga is pretty good. In fact, she's on top of this rally at the moment. Muchova on the defense on the backhand side. Oh, that... I'm laughing because there's a shot on the backhand side that Muchova just hit, and it sort of had a double bounce on top of the net, thought about just trickling over, and ultimately landed back on Karolina's side. But look at that. Hit the net twice before bouncing back down on her side. Certainly an amusing point. Hey, Prem Kanth, how are you? Who are you supporting today? Who do you want to win between Muchova and Swiatek? And who do you want to win in the match between Nori and Hichikata? Two game points here for Karolina Muchova to get it to 2-all. Good return there from Swiatek. Forehand slices from both players. And the forehand cross-court from Muchova goes into the net. Okay. These are all round of 16 clashes to round off what will eventually be some quarterfinals set up today. Backhand return from Iga is going to miss. And Iga thought that she'd made that. I mean, she went full-on celebration, almost probably before the ball even landed. She thought she'd made that return. And to be fair, I think the call did feel like it was a bit late. But ultimately, she's left to... Stephen thinks Iga's losing today. Okay. Good forehand there, winner +1 from Swiatek. Muchova, by the way, has equaled her tally of games from the match they played last year. $18 minutes on the clock. You're only giving me 1 hour, Stephen, or you're only giving Iga 1 hour? That's my question for you. $15-all. Sakkari's not in the top 10. And not got on a Grand Slam either. A backhand return goes into the net for Muchova, so 30-15. (30-15) becomes 30 all, by the way. What do we think about the match between Draper and Djokovic later today? Who are we tipping for the win there? Okay, into the rally here, and it's one that Iga's going to win with a winner down the line. So for 40-30. Meanwhile, over on court number 2, we still haven't Cam Norrie up an early break. He leads 3-2 at the change of ends. Okay, nice. Good for you, Stephen. I'm more of a soccer guy myself. That return is going to go long for Muchova, and Swiatek holds for 3-2. Great. Thank you very much for giving us an hour anyway. I appreciate that. 21 minutes on the clock, and it is 3-2 between Iga Swiatek and Karolina Muchova. We've not yet had a break point. We've not even had a deuce in this game, in this match, sorry. Meanwhile, back over to court number 2. We have a change of ends, and when they return to the court, Norrie will be serving at 3-2. If you are just tuning in and haven't already hit the like button, Stephen, please hit that like button. That would be great. So change of ends in both of these matches, and both of them are 3-2, but there is a difference because Cam Norrie is up the break, whereas on court number 1, Muchova and Swiatek are on serve. We will have watch-alongs for Daniel Medvedev against Alex Mickelson today. And we will also have a watch-along for Jessica Pegula against Belinda Bencic. So please join us for those encounters. Muchova here serving 2-3. Cam Norrie serving 3-2. Forehand return into the forehand of Muchova. Backhand cross court from both players right now. Although it's more or less going down the center of the court. Muchova changes direction. Wonderful backhand winner from Karolina Muchova up the line. I think Karolina might be the happier of the two in terms of the way this match has started. Just because sometimes Iga can run away with matches. We'll see. If Muchova gets to 3-all, I think she'll be the happier of the two. Because at least then she'll have got one more game than she got last year. But will she get to 3-all? That is the question, because a wonderful forehand winner there from Swiatek. Excellent shape on the ball. 15-all. 30-15 now for Muchova. $40-15 now, so 2 game points. Forehand return from Igas. Too good. 40-30. Clenched fist there from Iga. Okay, second serve here at 40-30. Are we going to get our first deuce, potentially? Well, we potentially are. That's for sure. But are we going to get it? That's a question. Run around backhand return from Iga is really good. Interesting. To go for the run around backhand. Maybe she just misjudged it and reacted on the hoof. Well, I tell you what, that spontaneity has worked very well for her. Deuce. How annoying, by the way, do we think this light is behind me? Oh, is that going to land in? No, it's just gone long. Might just turn this light off behind me because I think it's a bit annoying. There we go. I think it's a bit better. What are you saying, Stephen? I almost sent you money. You do not need my money. Was going to hit the wrong button. Yes, Stephen. Yesterday we had, I think, 3,000 maybe peak audience watching Alex Ialo against Linda Noskova. Oh, that's a good forehand from Swiatek to get to deuce. Second serve here at deuce. Oh, what's that? Oh, break point, Iga Swiatek. On court number 1. Very calm looking Wim Facet there. So, break point here. Misses the first serve. Big moment here in the match. Is Iga going to get the first break? Okay, backhand return is going to go long. It's a lovely kick serve there from Muchova. I'm not so sure that this is going to be an easy win for Muchova that you suggest, Stephen, but you never know. Stranger things have certainly happened. Okay, forehand here from Muchova cross court is really good. Very good forehand cross court there from Karolina Muchova. It's a forehand winner as well, outright. And it gives her game point. Second serve here in the ad court for Iga to look at. I wonder if we're going to get another kick serve. Oh, double fault. No, sorry, tell a lie. No. Sorry, the first one clipped the net. So second serve now. Okay, backhand return. Backhand from Muchova. Backhand from Swiatek up the line. Forehand now from Muchova goes into the net. So we're back to deuce. Deuce here. Where are you going to go with this serve? Down the tits, a good serve there from Muchova. And we've got another game point for the Czech to get us to 3-all. Longest game of the match by some distance. Okay, forehand from Muchova into the forehand of Iga, into the backhand of Muchova, which goes up the line into the forehand of Iga. Forehand cross courts from both players right now as Muchova tries to create an angle, but that's not going to work for it. It's going to go long. So we're back to deuce. Okay, deuce here. Deuce number 5 in this encounter. What a return that is from Iga. Well defended by Muchova. Can she go into the net? That's a good volley there from Iga. So she's got another break point. She's applying pressure here to the Muchova serve. It's another break point for Iga Swiatek to get us to 4-2. We've had 5 deuces so far. Are we going to get a 6th deuce or a break? Muchova serves after 33 minutes. Down the tee. Chop return there from Iga. Oh, and the forehand is into the net from Muchova, and we've got the break of serve. 4-2. Swiatek leads. So, first blood for the pole. Okay, forehand now from Iga cross court into the forehand of Muchova. Forehand from Muchova up the line is going to miss. So, 15 love here for Iga Swiatek as she tries to get to 5-2 here on serve. Second serve here. No, it's another first serve. My bad. Clip the net. Norrie serving for the first set, by the way, over on court number 2. Hello, Ghosty. Yeah, Draper and Djokovic, I think, is one of the night matches. Yeah, I'm probably going to cover that one as well, as long as it's not too late. Pretty much doing night shifts at the moment, Ghosty. I got my dinner in last night. Double fault from Iga Swiatek to get to 15 all. Good morning to you. I guess it's only just still your morning, Ghosty, right? If you're in California, I guess it's 10 to 12, same as time as it is in Indian Wells. How far are you away from Indian Wells, Ghosty, by the way? Forehand cross court is going to miss from Muchova. And so we've got to 30-15 here. How is Cam Norrie doing serving for the first set? They're not back on court yet. Thanks, Matthew, for your hi. And do make sure you hit the like button. Does it feel hot today in Indian Wells? They said the temperature would rise today and the rest of the week. Good question. I haven't heard about that. Listen, tennis hot for me is 30 plus, 35 plus. Australia, New York sometimes, which can be very, very humid. End of August, beginning of September. Sometimes some parts of the Mediterranean during the clay court season, especially if they're inland like Madrid. Ace there from Iga, but I don't think Indian Wells really ever gets to, well, I'm not saying ever, because it is in a desert, of course, but I don't hear of it as often, but I could be completely wrong. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how both Novak and Draper do in the night session, Matthew. Of course, the Champions League match for Arsenal. Oh, I see. It's already started. I didn't realize. My bad. I thought that hadn't started. We're down 1-0 to Leverkusen. How about that? So it's the early match. Right, gotcha. I'm not far away from Leverkusen, actually. Only about 45 minutes. Let me text my friend Jamie. Okay. Okay, so Norrie here with 3 set points, by the way. Love, 3 set points for Cam Norrie to edge this first set by 6 games to 4. Cam has hit a couple of aces in this first set, but Hichikata's hit 5 aces already. Cam Norrie land a significant blow in this match. Backhand return from Iga into the backhand of Karolina Muchova. Backhand from Iga cross court is a winner for love 15. That was an unerring finish to that rally. Love 15. And Cam Norrie gets it done at the first time of asking. He wins by 6 games to 4. And the defending champion is a step closer. Defending champion, John, shut up. 2021 champion. We've had a few Indian Wellses in the last 5 years. Taylor Fritz won it on the men's side. Taylor Fritz won it in 2022. Alcaraz won it in 23 and 24, beating Medvedev, I think, in both finals. And I think he beat Sinner in both semis as well. Great return there, by the way, from Iga Swiatek, and we're at love 30. And 2025, of course, we had Draper beating Holger Rune in the final. So that is the ATP recent years. We had Rybakina winning, we had Swiatek winning 22, Rybakina winning 23, Swiatek winning 24, beating Sakkari in the final. I think she beat Sakkari in both finals, right? And then 2025 was last year. Medvedev Andreeva, 3 sets over Sabalenka from a set down. Okay, backhand return for Iga. Iga, of course, like Carlos, is bidding for a 3rd Indian Wells title, albeit not in a row. She's going to have 3 set points here on the Muchova serve. Okay, I'll talk to you about Runa in a moment, Ghosty. Just let's see how this point pans out. Backhand return. Backhand from Muchova into the forehand slice of Iga. Now in the forehand of Muchova. It's going to go long. And what turned out to be a pretty comfortable set in the end, I was saying at 2-all that if... Well, actually, I was saying it at 3-2 to Swiatek. If Muchova could have got to 3-all, I would have said that she would have been the happier of the two, but she needed to get to 3-all, and she didn't. It's a lengthy service game. Muchova having quite a few game points. I'm going to say 3 maybe game points, something like that, maybe 4. Muchova's going off court. She does seem to be walking fairly briskly, so fingers crossed there's no major health issue there. Runa's supposed to be coming back soon, Ghosty. Well, let's address that. Where did you hear that? I know the quotes I've seen, and they're still quite vague. Looking at some of the stats, by the way, Muchova wasn't able to get a single break point on the Iga serve, which, by the way, it looks like Iga got 81% of her first serves in and won 82%. Look at that second serve stat, by the way, for Muchova. Iga is killing the Karolina Muchova second serve. And look at those forced errors. That's a great count there to see just how dominant in the end Iga was in that set. Karolina committed 14 forced errors. That's the thing with Iga. She plays with a bit of margin, but with plenty of shape and spin and speed as well, that in the end, you get your racket on it, but you can't get it back on the island. Yeah, maybe, Ghosty. Maybe. A punto the break. They are no more, no less legit than others. I know that they have taken some heat recently with some fake news regarding Iga, for example, and the split from her coach. But they're no better or worse than most other outlets. Certainly, yeah. Well, yeah, that's all I'll say for now. Also, they really got themselves in a real mess with the Taylor Fritz quotes recently as well. But, and a few other things. So I'm just saying that, you know, yeah. But I think I know the article, or at least I know the quotes you're referring to. I don't think that they said anything. They might have had something like headline catchy in there, which would have been like, might be back for the French Open or something. Or, you know, Runa optimistic over progress with French Open 3 months away. Those kind of headlines that make you think that he's going to. And by the way, this is not me saying he won't be playing the French Open. It's just me saying that at the moment we don't know. Iga's back on court practicing serves. Hijikata and Nori, by the way, are on court. With Nori serving, having lost the first game. He's 1-love down. We've got about 30 people watching on YouTube right now across the 2 streams. I do want you to all at the same time hit the like button. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe and watch that little number below my head. Yeah, trains are great. Trains are great. Stephen, by the way, Stephen, I'm thinking, like, obviously this is coming from Stephen. I think Stephen is 72 years old and he's based in New Jersey, I'm going to say. Stephen, I'm just seeing a comment there in response to what Ghosty had to say. Stephen, when he also entered the chat, by the way, said, "You've only got me for an hour." So Basically, it was like, we must make sure we appreciate his hour-long presence. He was born in New Jersey. Okay. Where is your picture, by the way, Stephen? Where's your picture from? It's a picture of some water, I see, anyway, and a tree. I'm intrigued to know where that is from. So, Iga Swiatek to serve first, 45 minutes on the clock. He lives on Long Island. Is that a picture of Long Island? By the way, I heard a song the other day, and I never heard it before, even though I'm guessing, oh, that's not the best of slices there from Karolina Muchova. She is known for her slice, especially on the backhand side, but she got that one all wrong. I think we can all empathize with that. So we will have watch-alongs for Pegula Bencic, Medvedev Mikkelsen, and Svitolina Siniakova, by the way. When is the Draper match? Is it the first one in the night session? I hope so. Oh, we've got Alcaraz Rude as well today. Oh, my goodness me. So we'll have 6 in the day. Is that right? 6 in the day and then 2 at night? Okay, 30 love becomes 40 love here on the Muchova, on the Iga Swiatek serve. What do we think of Rude's chances against Casper? Sorry, Rude's chances against Casper. Casper's chances against Alcaraz. I'll get it right in a minute. Swiatek holds comfortably. She has throughout the match. One love she leads. To get voting in our poll, by the way, as to who you think will win this encounter, I made Iga Swiatek the warm favorite beforehand. I think I said slight to warm, didn't I? And I think I had a similar thought on Norrie being the slight to warm favorite against Hijikata. By the way, look at that stat. Swiatek has won 16 of the last 20 points. Doesn't read great if you're a Karolina Muchova fan. And now it's going to be 17 of the last 21 have gone the way of Iga Swiatek because she's won the next point here. It's going from bad to worse right now for Karolina Muchova. 18 points. So she's won 4 points out of the last 22 now because it's love 30. Okay, she's bouncing the ball now to serve. Forehand return from Iga Swiatek is going to miss. 15-30. Okay, we're into the rally here. Muchova hitting that quite early on the forehand. Another one down the line there. She's going to miss it. So 2 break points here for Iga Swiatek. And this match is already looking like it's slipping away from Karolina Muchova. Second serve here as well for Iga Swiatek to look at. Backhand return from her. Backhand. Oh, it's a miss-hit backhand from Muchova. And so we've got 2-love. And that is 6 games in a row for Iga Swiatek. And if it was 16 from 20, it's now 17 points for Muchova. And I think it's 24 for Iga, I'm going to say, something like that. Anyway, it's a lot. Okay, Swiatek to serve here at 2-love. .52 minutes on the clock, and it's 15-love. This is really running away now from Karolina Muchova. Switching over, by the way, to Hichikata against Norrie. They are on serve in the early stages of the second set. Forehand here from Iga into the forehand of Muchova. Oh, look at that top spin there on that forehand from Iga. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, just really in these conditions, with the gritty nature of the conditions in Indian Wells. I know they changed the surface recently, but it didn't really change the conditions too much. I think we looked at some of the speeds last year and they were still quite slow in Indian Wells because, of course, it is in the desert. I think people like Rafa Nadal quite enjoyed the slow, gritty nature. Not sure that Medvedev has done, even though he's been in 2 finals. But actually, when you compare his hard court pedigree elsewhere, I think where he's won hard court tournaments pretty much across the board. Okay, backhand return is mishit from Muchova, but it's going to land in. Now Swiatek is on the Swiatek a bit lucky there with the net cord. And she doesn't need any luck right now, but she's getting a nice little portion of it. I would have been a little bit more pessimistic regarding that question, regarding Muchova and the slam title bid again. But every time you think it, she gives you hope. It's the hope that kills, right? Stephen, yeah, changing his mind on the Iga win here. I mean, it makes sense. She is up a set and a break. And by the way, very close to consolidating that break. And if she does consolidate it, it would be... I think she was leading 2-1, so 2-2. Yeah, so 4, 5, 6 will be 7 games in a row. Ghoster, we can, but maybe we just need to wait. You know, if Muchova gets the break back, or if she only loses by 1 break in this set, then I think it's a bit more difficult. I think you need to be 2-2 or better. Lovely forehand winner there from Muchova, by the way. I think 5 games is the threshold, really. And it's difficult because, of course, there's all sorts of natures to it. Because in a way, the Mboko Anisimova match was a whooping if you watched it. Actually, if you see that it was just 6-4, I think, in the Was it 6-4 in the first set, or was it second set 6-4? I think it was first set 6-4. If you look at it like that, it doesn't seem too bad. But Anisimova was under so much pressure on her serve, even in the games that she did win. So sometimes context, but equally, if we just go for a black and white figure, I think to avoid the whooping, you need 5 games. Oh, miss it forehand from Muchova. And so 3-love it is. 7 games in a row for Iga Swiatek. The notepad for Wim Fissette comes out. What's he going to say? Win tennis matches. Yeah, I heard a song called Fight Song today. Can someone let me know in the live chat who sang Fight Song? I really liked it. It was very commercial, very poppy. The video was, let's say, orchestrated to an extent that it didn't seem real. I don't think it's that hot today, just seeing that guy's sports top zipped up to the top. Just regarding Matthew's question, Iga Yestes Giga, whatever that means. Look at the members of the crowd there. That's what I mean. So funny, right? I think we get it more in Indian Wells than other tournaments, that kind of reaction. Look at that guy with his shirt sleeves rolled up, trying to get some rays. So, Muchova here, looking to win her first game in quite a long time. First serve down the tee. Oh, and she puts that short ball into the net. So, $15-all. By the way, Hichikata here, 2-all, 15-30. So the danger zone is there for the Australian right now. Okay, slice here from Iga into the forehand of Muchova. Forehand cross-court into the forehand of Muchova, which goes up the line, which is pretty good. Muchova should win the point from here and does. 30-15. Yeah, let me know in the live chat. Who am I thinking of with this song called Fight Song? Very good, Ghosty. Very, very good. I like that. Music to my ears. Yeah, we haven't seen 7 in a row like this. I'm going to use that joke, by the way, Ghosty, in a WhatsApp, in the Talking Tennis WhatsApp group. Completely stolen. No, it's not Katy Perry, but it is of that ilk. 30-40, by the way. So a break point here. And it's going to be 8 in a row for Iga, potentially. Possibly. Oh, by the way, let's have a quick look at what's going on with Cam Norrie. He's broken 3-2. Now, is Iga gonna break? I think she is, you know. And that backhand goes long. 4-love. 1 hour on the clock. Fight song. Ba ba da ba ba. I'm probably not doing it any good, by the way, with that singing. So, Cam Norrie, a previous Wimbledon champion. Wimbledon? Yeah, we'd like to be. He was up a set on Novak in the semi-final of 2021. Was it 2022? 2022, I think, actually. Yeah, 2022. Oh, lovely volley there from Karolina Muchova to get us to love 15. Remember, this head-to-head, by the way, is 4-1 in Iga's favor. The big one, of course, was the French Open final of 2023. So former Indian Wells champions, Karolina, what am I? Come on, John, get with it. Iga Swiatek and Cam Norrie are close to getting to the quarterfinals of this year's Indian Wells tournament. Cam Norrie, of course, winning this tournament in 2021. Did feel a bit like an Indian Wells light that year because we weren't quite at Yannick Sinner or Carlos Alcaraz levels of development that we see today. We also had no Novak Djokovic, no Rafa Nadal, and no Roger Federer at that tournament. So it was a chance there for a few players. Let's say, oh, nice forehand winner up the line there from Iga Swiatek. Cam Norrie serving here 6-4, 3-2, but he is love 15 down. Very good. Thank you very much, Ghosty. Thank you very much. Yeah, Rachel Platten. Who, looks like an interesting character. 30-15. By the way, I hadn't had to asterisk anything recently from you, Ghosty. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Oh, Muchova, you got to be doing better with that backhand return. It has been known, Ghosty. It has been known. By the way, we are now in beatdown territory because Muchova's going to struggle to get to the 5-game threshold that I think needs to be made to avoid the discussion popping up. Although, like I say, there was a 5-game scenario yesterday with Anisimova. Creditor Financial. What a interesting name you have. Muchova struggling to win a set. I wonder what your motivations are, Creditor Financial. Backhand here into the forehand of Muchova up the line. Muchova should win the point from here. And does just. 40-30. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, where are we at? Iga Swiatek double fault, so we're at deuce. Backhand here into the backhand of Iga Swiatek. Now it's on the backhand once again of Iga into the forehand now into the backhand of Iga Swiatek cross court. Backhand slice here from Muchova. This is a good rally here at deuce. Muchova not giving up on this match just yet, but she's stretched out for that one. Is that going to land in? If it is, we are arguably back at neutral. But Iga there with such topspin. That's just classic Indian Wells tennis there from Iga Swiatek. And she has a game point for 5-love. And Iga holds for 5-love. So we're very much back in the beatdown conversation, Ghosty. Cam Norrie, by the way, 4-2 he leads in the second set, having won the first set by 6 games to 4. And it's 30-all here on the Hijikata serve. If Muchova was to come back and win this match, by the way, I think it would be in greatest comeback of all time territory. Bearing in mind the deficit she has right now, as well as the opponent she's coming up against and the pedigree that Iga has in Indian Wells. I do think maybe it would need to be a dogfight of a third set as well. I mean, when I say comeback of all time, she has to win the match, not just come back in this set. By the way, Norrie just had a break point to get to 5-2, but didn't take it. So we are at deuce. Oh, yeah, I think we are at... No, I think it's 9 games in a row, Ghosty. Ghosty, how's your maths? I see, I think the sports minister of Iran said that Iran won't be playing the World Cup today. Maybe not the biggest surprise, but yeah, of course that should shake the halls of FIFA, but it would only shake the halls of FIFA if it had a backbone. Which, of course, it doesn't. Okay, Muchova here serving at love 5. $15 love, an hour and 9 minutes on the clock. Forehand here. It's going to go... Good depth there from Iga. Backhand to backhand now on the forehand of Iga Swiatek into the forehand of Muchova. That's a good forehand from Karolina, but is that a good forehand? No, she's going to miss it up the line. 15-all. She's cutting quite the frustrated figure right now. Here's Karolina. Okay, forehand here from Iga's going to miss. So that's a nice little gift for Karolina Muchova that she needed. Oh, and Iga's fallen. I think she's okay. Yeah, she sticks her thumb up and says she's okay. She loses the point 40-15. She does fall, but just clutching at her right ankle. But her initial reaction was positive. That doesn't always mean that it is okay, but she said she was okay, but then got more gingerly to her feet. I think she is okay, but we'll see. 40-15 here for Karolina Muchova. Nori serving for the match, by the way, against Hichikata. 6-4-5-2, he leads. Yeah, look at that return of serve. First service missed for Muchova as well. Should we have a quick look at Cam Norrie has 3 match points against Rinky Hichikata. 6-4-5-2, the Brit leads. 3 match points to put him in the quarterfinals. And we're at deuce now between Muchova and Swiatek. It was looking pretty comfortable, wasn't it, for Karolina, but now less so. Meanwhile, can Norrie get the job done here at 40 love? Ooh, 2 match points have come and gone. So we are back to 40-30 here between Cam Norrie and Rinky Hichikata. By the way, we have a match point as well for Iga Swiatek. Well, that kind of came out of the blue. And by the way, Cam Norrie has beaten Rinky Hichikata 6-4, 6-2. He will face the winner of Carlos Alcaraz and Casper Ruud in the next round, by the way. And the stats from this match read Cam Norrie, 3 aces. It was 8 aces off the racket of Rinky Hichikata. But more importantly, second serve points won is a big differential here. Cam Norrie winning 75% of his second serves compared to just 40% for Rinky Hichikata. So Norrie doing much better on return, especially on the return. And it helped Cam only face 1 break point in the entire match, and he didn't get broken. So Cam Norrie is through to the quarterfinals. As I say, he'll be playing the winner of Carlos Alcaraz and Casper Ruud. I imagine he'll probably be supporting Casper Ruud in that one as he seeks to win his second Indian Wells crown, having won his first in that winter one of 2021, albeit a tournament shorn of the talents of Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and Roger Federer, who was still active at the time, at least in terms of being on the ATP Tour. But he progresses in straight sets over Rinky Hichikata. Okay, juice here. Yeah, another match point here for Iga Swiatek. And this is very much turning into a beatdown. And it is done. Muchova put that shot into the net. And it is a very comfortable win. And at one point, I think I said when it got to 2-2, I said, well done to Karolina Muchova for getting the same number of games the last time they played in Indian Wells a year ago when it was 1-1. I didn't envisage at that point that there would be no more games and that she would get the same kind of beatdown that she got a year ago, as Iga Swiatek went on to win 10 games in a row. Extremely impressive from the two-time champion in the desert as she reaches the quarterfinal level once again. That is, I think, I'm going to say 22, 23, 24, 25. That's the 5th year in a row that she's made the quarterfinals or better in Australia, in Indian Wells. In fact, I think she's made the semifinals or better. I'm going to say 22. She obviously won the tournament. 23 semis, lost to Rybakina. 24 won the tournament. 25 semis, lost to Mida Andreeva. Karolina Muchova, not sure the real Karolina Muchova stood up today, certainly after 2-2. I said, by the way, at 2-2, 3-2 down, actually, I said, look, she gets to 3-3 and she'll be the happier of the two. But she couldn't get to 3-3. And Swiatek was dialed in today. The only probably moment of doubt, of course, the first 4 games being exchanged suggests that maybe there was a moment of doubt. But when she slipped towards the end of the match, and she did struggle a bit just for a moment afterwards, you thought, oh, dearie me, this might be the only chance that Karolina Muchova has of progressing today, as if we get a retirement. But that'll be something to keep an eye on going forward, just to see. But listen, the point after that, she was 40-15 down at the time, and she ended up breaking serve to win the match. So quite possibly there is no major issue there. So Swiatek progresses, and Iga Swiatek, by the way, is going to be playing in the next round. She will be playing the winner of Katarina Siniakova and Alina Svitolina. We're going to hear from Iga right now.
I felt great. I felt like I was playing better and better. Just good.
Yeah, really good. Perfect. A very friendly handshake. And then I know you have a lot of respect for Karolina. Tell us a little bit about what that handshake was about.
Yeah, she's my favorite WTA player to watch. So it's really nice also to play against her. Maybe I also feel how she plays, and we played already many matches against each other, so we know each other. And even when I was starting on tour, we kind of had played, in Prague 2019. One of the first tournaments we both, play well at. So yeah, for sure, she's a great player and a great person. So hopefully, we're gonna play many more.
You take a look, you get your titles, 11 WTA 1000, 6 majors. Obviously, the biggest stages of tennis bring out the best tennis in you. What is it about this event that means so much to you?
I just love playing here. I love the conditions. I started to understand them a bit better a couple years back, and since then, it feels like I can really use my advantages here. So I'm just trying to do that every year. It's a great place to play tennis and to practice as well. So I feel like I can be really solid here, and hopefully, I'm gonna keep that till the end.
Do the fans have anything to do with the conditions here? I would think they do. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys for coming again.
No, yeah, if it was in Poland or maybe somewhere else where she got immense support, maybe. But... Oh, well, there are, okay, the fans that are supporting her today. All right, fair enough. All right. So I think the draw's not bad, is it now? I thought it was a tough little spell for her to come up against Sakkari and Muchova in rounds 3 and 4, but having come through those two matches pretty much unscathed, maybe now in the quarterfinals, it's not bad for her. Svitolina or Siniakova, I'm guessing it'll be Svitolina, but no guarantees there for sure. So she progresses. Yeah, exact same score as Noskova versus Iyala. All right. Well, by the way, next up on the channel will be Jessica Pegula against Belinda Bencic. I do want you to join us for that encounter. And that is to come. But for now, Iga Swiatek progresses at the of but more importantly, in terms of today, she's through to the next round, where she'll play the winner of Katerina Siniakova and Jessica Pegula. No, Katerina Siniakova and Elina Svitolina, which will be coming up shortly or a little bit later. We look forward to that one. But in the meantime, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.